We're going to talk about another aspect of business storytelling. This time we're going to talk about how you communicate your benefits. How do you communicate to an audience what you do, what you offer, and how it's going to help them? I'm Cathy Goodwin. I'm a copywriter, strategist, and storyteller, which means I work with clients to help them reach their own market successfully with less effort through tightening their message, strengthening their message, nailing their brand, and telling a story that sells. So expressing features is easy. Most of us know what we offer. It's something like 3 calls a month or X number of pages of copywriting. That's the feature. But how do you present the benefits? That's what can be tricky. You have to know how to ask the right questions. So I'm going to share 2 case studies of people I have worked with as clients. I haven't worked with them in as much detail on benefits, but I do know a little bit about them. So we're going to talk about how they are challenged or motivated to present benefits and what we can do to help. The first study is Annette Krakers. She is Dutch, so she pronounces it Krakers, not Krakers. She is an executive coach for men and women in their 50s. She says, I coach them on life, love, and leadership. And she says, my coachees, the clients she works with, are at a point in their life where they want to make new choices, and they realize that because of their age, their choices can be different from what they've done in the past. Her clients rave about her. Here are some things they say. After working with Annette, they feel less pressure. They choose from the heart more than the head, which is a benefit to them. They are more aware of age and feelings associated with age, and they're more aware of career desires, what they want to do in their career. And she has so many positive comments. So here are just a few. I feel empowered as an older person. I see more possibilities. I'm more assertive while keeping my respect for others. I experiment with new behaviors. And here's a good one. I now know for sure what will be my next step in my career. Choosing a job where I can serve and create an impact by solving big issues from our society. Now, it's tempting to work with all these responses, all this feedback, by analyzing them and putting them into categories. Like, a lot of people are talking about freedom as a benefit. A lot of people talk about how much they appreciate their own seniority, their own age now, and how much they enjoy giving back. But that's not the solution to Annette's challenge of how she communicates benefits. We need to ask a different question. We need to ask the so what question. We need to dig deeper and go into why is it important? Why is it important to be more aware of age? What does that do for us? Why is it more important to be aware of career choices? What does that do for us? So you want to dig deeper, dig down into the next level. The ultimate benefits for most people, some copywriters say for everyone, are money, love, social status, self-actualization, which means feeling really good about yourself, feeling that you actually have reached your highest self. So how do these benefits that Annette offers allow people to experience these ultimate benefits? For example, why is it important to feel empowered? What is it about feeling empowered that makes you want to get this quality? Why do you want to be empowered? Or why do you want to appreciate your age? Or another way of saying this is, so what? I appreciate my age. So what? Well, I feel more of myself when I appreciate my age. I feel more possibilities. Okay, so what? What is important about feeling those possibilities? Then I have more choices. Maybe I'm healthier. Maybe I feel stronger. And maybe I feel that I have more time to do things. I can work more efficiently. I can do all kinds of things when I have this appreciation. I make deeper friendships. I gain socially this way. So what's important about that? Well, I have a stronger feeling of friendship, which is a love, which is a basic benefit to everyone. Maybe feeling more status, social status is a benefit. I feel more that I'm at a higher level in society. Why is it important to know your next career step? Why is it important to feel more strongly about your career? Again, we look into what is that? Does it affect you in terms of money, love, social status? Once you know these things, you can then go about explaining the benefits. So you can say things like, we help you identify your next career so that you wake up every day looking forward to going to work, which is clearly an aspect of self-actualization. Why is it important to know what your next career step will be? Well, that I can provide for my family. Those kinds of questions lead to answers that really get into why people are hiring you. So what I would recommend is doing two things. First, I would start with the client's backstory. Before I came to Annette, here's what I tried before. So here's an imaginary example. It's based on a story Annette reported about one of her clients, but let's flesh it out. Before I called Annette, I was feeling frustrated and hopeless. I had lost my job. That job was my whole identity, so I felt lost. Now, it's really important to look at the backstory because that tells you the client's pain that you're trying to solve. And what did I try? That's also important because one of Annette's benefits might be that she can do something other solutions can't offer. So in this case I tried another coach who told me to just settle for a lesser job. Another refused to acknowledge the reality of age discrimination. She kept saying, it's all in your mind. I didn't think I had any options. I felt trapped. That's the ultimate pain of this client. So what are some of the outcomes? After working with Annette, I've identified a new career path where my age will be an advantage, not a detriment. I still value my career, but I've learned to value other parts of my life. That actually helps my career. I'm happier, more at peace, and enjoying a deeper relationship with my partner. So the bottom line is you can dig deeper into the why. Why is this important? And you can tell transformation stories. Transformation stories are really helpful when you have benefits like Annette's that are intangible, that are really hard to focus on. And you're not just saying, well, we'll help you find a better job. That's pretty clear. But when you have something that's, well, we'll help you not just find a better job, but get clearer on what you want, it's a good idea to share stories and feelings related to the outcomes. That will be much more powerful. Then we have case study number 2, Laurie Heyl, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. She has an interesting profession. She has a background in therapy. She works with foster and adoptive parents who are exhausted from dealing with their children's challenges. And they have a lot of anguish dealing with their children because a lot of times foster children and adoptive children present special challenges to parents. They are not always what we think of as sweet little people just arriving. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Show a lot of anger, show a lot of emotions that are hard to deal with. And that creates a lot of challenge for the parents who can really feel overwhelmed. Like, well, how did I get myself into this? And I hope I'm representing this correctly. So what Laurie does is she uses EFT, emotional freedom technique, as the modality, the prime modality in working with her clients, although she was trained as a therapist, so she understands the emotional and social dynamics involved. One of the things she says is, I need to identify the benefits foster and adoptive parents will receive if they work with me as an EFT practitioner and coach. In other words, get clear on the benefits. What's interesting here is her clients are the parents, not the children. If they're currently feeling stressed, anxious, and overwhelmed, how will their lives be different as a result of working with me? And that's the question she has to answer. She has to think about before and after. Her first step would be to get specific stories, specific examples of success. So here's an imaginary one. Yesterday evening, my child had a tantrum. Before working with Laurie, I would have felt guilty. I would have felt it's all my fault. The rest of the evening would have been ruined. But after working with Laurie, I knew these things would happen. It doesn't mean I'm a bad mom. I used the 3-step technique Laurie had taught me. And I'm imagining this. I know Laurie has techniques, and what you want to do in every case is to put in some kind of technique, something proprietary, when you explain your benefits. 5 minutes later, our family was enjoying a peaceful evening watching the Eagles game. That's a football team in Philadelphia, which is the standard bit of entertainment. So then you want to dig into why these outcomes are important. Bringing peace to the family. Well, why is it important for your family to experience peace? Self-esteem. I feel good about myself as a mom. That would be one possible outcome. Maybe family is the most important value in my life. So therefore, bringing peace, having a family is really important. Dig into the so whats, and then ask who's being helped. Laurie says that for parents, they'll often say, I'll pay to get help for my child, but I should be able to handle my own emotional distress. Now, what you want to do then is frame the benefit as helping the child. And this is not just in Laurie's case. In a lot of other cases, people don't feel right about asking for help, for paying for something for them. You have to frame it in terms of something that's a greater good in their minds. So she might say something like this. The actual benefit would be found by the research into their backstory. When you frame the benefit, that's the first step to copywriting. So finding the benefit is the first step. Framing the benefit is the second step. So let's look at how we could do this. Your child is happier. She gets to feel the joy of belonging to a family. Your child feels empowered to take risks and try new behaviors. Your child behaves better in school. Now, all of these things will help the parent feel better. And there are ways to frame that. But in this case, as a copywriter, you may want to focus on these benefits rather than focusing on how the parent feels. So the takeaways are two. First, begin with your client's backstory. Find out their pain. Find out why they came to see you. Find out what else they tried that didn't work. And secondly, dig deeper. For every benefit, ask, so what? And why is this benefit important to my client? When clients seem to want certain benefits, work them into your features. That's a special tip I can give you. A lot of people think that the way we write copy is the way we create a product or a program. But actually, a lot of times you start backwards. You say, I'm working on how I'm going to present this to my clients. And you say, okay, they're going to want this, this, and this. And then if at all possible, work them into your features. So if they say they want to have a lot of hands-on contact, you may want to add something to your program where you interact with them on a regular basis. And the next steps, I have my 90-minute risk-free consultation. It's risk-free because if you don't like it, no problem. I will give you an immediate refund. We review your business. We find your business story and story archetypes. We help you know exactly what to say on your website and sales letter. And we give you ideas, really strategic programs to attract leads and revenue. So this is not just about copywriting. It's not just about strategy. We work with you to identify a message and discuss how you can carry it out for best results. So thanks for joining me, and I'll look forward to seeing you on a future video, and I would love to work with you in a consultation.